Good day to everyone. My name is Wong Xiu and my matrix number is 217196. How about you?
Hello guys, my name is Manja Singh. My matrix number is 215984. And you?
Hi, my name is Pevinesha and my matrix number is 216778.
We are,
We are
students from Bachelor of Food Science and Technology in UPM. Oi! Can I know what tree is this?
Come, we will show you how to identify wood.
First thing that we need to find is we need to find the cross section of a sample wood.
After identifying the cross section of the wood, you need to use a pen knife to scrape.
To identify anatomical features in a wood, there are many ways. Most commonly used is a microscope and a hand lens. In this video, we will be showing you how to use hand lens.
With the scraped sample and a hand lens, now we can identify the anatomical features of a wood. So we have already seen on how to use the pen knife and hand lens. Therefore now I will be showing you all a few samples and together we would identify the anatomical features to know what kind of wood are they. The first sample, as you can see, its vessel type is diffuse porous and its vessel arrangements are solitary. Rays of two distinct sizes can be seen, which are thick and thin rays. Axial parenchymas are also present. With these anatomical features, we can identify the wood as resak.
Okay, next up guys is the Mempisang wood sample. It has yellow-brown color on the surface of the wood sample, and then the texture of the wood sample is a little bit coarse. Okay. The grain of the wood sample is red. The vessels is diffuse porous and arranged in radial multiples. The parenchyma is paratracheal axial parenchyma, and then the axial parenchyma is scanty and vesicentric. Okay, it has very large rays, extremely large rays.
So hello guys, this is the first wood sample that I want to identify. So as we see that this wood sample is in yellow brown color, and then the texture of this wood sample is quite coarse. So by using a hand lens, let me identify. So this wood sample contains a lot of small vessel and is diffuse porous. The vessel arrangement of this wood sample is solitary and radial multiple up to 3. The next, the ray size of this wood sample is medium to thick. The parenchyma of this wood sample is apotrachea diffuse and peritrachea ediform. So there is also raising canal and thalamus present in this wood. With this anatomical feature, we can know that this wood sample is bala.
The third sample shows its vessel as diffuse pores and its vessel are large with radial multiple arrangements. Rays of two distinct sizes are present. The anatomical features can be identified as pono.
Okay guys, this is Meranti Bakar wood sample. It has light red color in the surface, and then the texture is moderately coarse. The grain is slightly interlocked on the tangential surface. The vessels is diffuse porous and arranged in multiples. The parenchyma is apotrachea and peritrachea. It diffuses in aggregates for peritrachea and vesicentric and ariform in paratrachea. It has multiserrate rays and narrow rays, and its growth ring is absent on this wood sample. The raising canals are actually present on this wood sample.
So this is the next wood sample that I want to identify. The color of this wood sample is yellow brown with green tinge, and the texture of the wood is fine and even. So let me see. This wood sample contains a lot of small and round vessel and is diffuse porous. The majority of the vessel is arranged in solitary, and the ray size of this wood sample is medium to thick. The parenchyma of this wood sample is peritrachea ediform, and it is present the vertical raising canal and thalamus. Besides that, it has also a distinct ripple mark on this wood sample. So with this anatomical feature, we can know that this is Chengao.
The second sample, as you can see, the vessel type is diffuse porous. Its arrangements are in radial groups and are chain-like formations. We can also see axial parenchymas in banded order. Rays are fine, but they are not visible to naked eyes. These anatomical features can be identified as Nyato wood.
So the next wood sample that I want to identify. This wood sample is in yellow brown with pink tinge, and then the texture of this wood sample is fine and even. The vessels is exclusive solitary and in diffuse porous. The ray size of this wood sample is very thin. Yeah. And then there is axial parenchyma banded in this wood sample. And then the axial parenchyma banded is wider than the ray. So with this wood anatomical feature, we can know that this is mata ulat.
Up next is a Bordeaux wood sample. The color of the surface of the wood sample is light yellow with a green tinge or light golden brown. The texture of the wood sample is very smooth, and then the wood sample has straight grain, and then it has no vessels. The vessels are replaced by pores, and then the intercellular canals are also absent. The parenchyma of this wood sample is also absent, and then the rays are very narrow on this wood sample.
As for the fourth sample, it shows that its vessel types are diffuse porous with vessel arrangements are exclusively solitary. Rays of two distinct sizes are present. There are also present of intercellular canals, also known as resin canals. These anatomical features can be identified as this is Massawa wood.
Okay guys, this is a durian wood sample. The color of the wood sample on the surface is red or pink brown. The texture is medium to coarse texture. It has straight and slightly interlocked grains. The vessels are diffuse porous and arranged in multiples. The parenchyma is apotrachea axial parenchyma, and then the axial parenchyma is diffusus. It also has two distinct sizes of rays and mostly narrow rays.
So the next wood sample is, I also don't know, let me identify first. This wood sample is in red brown color, and the texture of this wood is coarse. The vessel is in oval shape and diffuse porous also. The vessels arranged in radial multiple. The ray size of this wood sample is thin, and the parenchyma on this wood sample is Paratachia vesicentric. There is also a distinct vertical line, resin canal, and thalassous present in this wood. So with this anatomical feature, we can know that this is red
Lastly
bala.
but not least, the sample that I'm showing now is has no vessels, and the rays are very fine that it is not visible to naked eyes. It has soft tissue indistinct. These anatomical features can be identified as Damalmina wood. It has no vessel because it comes from a light wood category. I hope this helps us on how to identify woods.
So this is the last wood sample that I want to identify. So you can see that the color of this wood sample is quite different, and then it's beautiful. The color of this wood sample is brick red with dark color layer. Yeah. And then the texture of this wood is coarse to very fine, and this is even. Like, so this wood sample present diffuse porous, and the vessel is in round shape. The vessel arrangement of this wood sample is also multiple. And the ray size of this wood sample is exclusive uniserate and considered as very fine. Then the parenchyma on this wood sample is axial parenchyma banded and Paratachia vesicentric. So obviously we can also see the thalassous present. So with this anatomical feature, we can identify that this is Rengas.
Up next guys is rubber wood. The color of the surface of the rubber wood is light blonde to medium tan, and then the texture is coarse on this wood. The grain of the rubber wood is straight, and then the vessels are diffuse porous and arranged in multiples. The intercellular canals are absent on this wood, and then the parenchyma is apotracha and parenchyma and diffuse in aggregates, and the rays are narrow to medium sized rays. The rays are barely visible without using the hand lens. So guys, with this, we hope that you can identify a tree by its wood characteristics. Bye bye!